Brake stuff. Don't go breaking my heart.
I won't go breaking your heart.
I should hope not.
I couldn't if I tried.
Right. These are actually names of songs. And I had a couple other ones in my head, but, tape started rolling and I conveniently forgot. So on that note, let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you are watching another fun-filled episode of Toolbox Topic. Once again, we are at Chuck Bicycle Store, West Phoenix, in Goodyear, Arizona, and I'm here with my co-host, Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good. Brandon might break my heart if he shows up in a mustache again, but that's a different story. No, I like the mustache. So anyways, before this gets off the rails really fast,
It tends to do that.
It tends to do that sometimes. We're actually going to be talking about brakes. Now, brakes is a very key component of a bike. You don't necessarily need brakes to ride your bike, but they do help. Obviously, you need to be able to stop so you don't run into things. You need to be able to stop so you don't run off the trail, go off an edge. There's all kinds of reasons why you need good,
They're good.
sound, sturdy working brakes.
I still like them.
Yeah. Now, of course, shit, dude, even over the last 5 years, there's been a lot of upgrades as far as braking technology. A lot of bikes, even entry-level bikes now, have disc brakes.
correct.
Long are the days gone of rim brakes, although some bikes still use them, or the cantilever brakes that used to be on the mountain bikes and
I'm
everything.
going to run through all those today.
Yep. God, those are a pain in the ass for me to freaking adjust, dude.
They still are. They're
Yeah.
getting a little bit better, but
A little bit better. So obviously as the years rolled on and decades and everything like that, we've seen a lot of different upgrades to braking. And with those upgrades comes some different maintenance issues and preventative maintenance that you need to do, which we're going to be getting into in another episode as far as that goes. Today we are talking just about the different styles of brakes, the differences, the generic differences, or I should say the garden variety differences between those. So everybody gets an overview of the different types of braking systems, which will also be helpful when you're going out and looking for a bike. You can, spot, hey, I remember those chuckleheads talked about brakes on Toolbox Topic.
Yep. And we've chosen all the brakes we've chosen today are pretty contemporary.
Right.
The normal things that we see every day in the shop. So whoever's watching will probably have one of these brakes on their bike if their bike is from the last 20 years.
Right. And it's good information to have. So, I don't know. Anything else? As far as that
dive in.
Let's dive in. All right. That's what she said. So, all right. So let's dive in. So let's talk about this first set of brakes that we have right here.
One of our older generation brakes. This is the cantilever brake, center pull cantilever brake.
Yep.
So these, we didn't know any better. These are on our early mountain bikes. All had these guys on here. The cable came from the top and just pulled them evenly from the center like that.
Right. If they were adjusted correctly, they pulled evenly from the center.
If they were adjusted correctly, yes. And we didn't know any better. They were okay. Later on, what was that? Just probably the late 90s. No, probably early 90s.
Yeah, I would say.
We came out with something that was much better, and that was the side pull V-brake.
Right.
Let's pull that guy out, because these, while still very common, are not very good.
Right.
So.
Did you say pull something out, Brandon? I can pull something out.
Oh, look at that guy.
I can pull something out. You gonna touch me today?
Looks good.
Are you gonna touch me?
I'll give it in a month or so.
Another month? Oh, Brandon, you're making me wait. I've never put this much effort into getting some. Oh, wait, sorry, that's a different video.
Some touch.
It's a kid's show, guys. I keep reminding you, it's a kid's show.
The huge upgrade from the center pull cantilever was this guy. This is the side pull V-brake. A huge boost in performance, much more power for the modulation that you put into it. You see here, this is where the brake cable came in from the side, and it would pull, obviously, like it's still a rim brake. It's still using the pads on the rim. But just the power that they generated from these things was so much better.
Yeah, those things were dynamic.
And they also made the pads a little bit longer, so it was a huge strive in braking performance. I remember the first time I got them in, I did go over the bars the first day. They warned me, and I did not.
Didn't heed the warning.
I was totally unprepared for how much better these brakes were compared to the old cantilever brakes. Still very common today on some of your entry-level bikes.
Right.
But now we'll see on the lower price point and entry-level brakes, we are going to get something even better than this.
Nice.
We're going to get away from our rim brake action and go to
rim.
and
Brakes,
go to
not job. Get it straight, guys.
a disc brake
Disc brake. Okay.
setup. Our entry-level disc brake will be a cable-actuated disc brake.
Right,
You can
mechanical.
see this one mechanical. Thank you. Better way of putting it. This one, the cable will come through here and pinch on this guy, and that's what will actuate the brake pads in there. And on a rotor such as this. Fantastic braking now. This one is a being mechanical. We're not going to get the same as a hydraulic, but it's still an improvement having the disc rotor, especially in wet conditions, muddy conditions.
Right.
Vastly superior to rim braking. And if you're so lucky to have a nice brake system, this is the ultimate right here.
Yeah.
This is our hydraulic disc brake caliper and hydraulic disc brake lever.
Right.
Our reservoir is right in there, and the reservoir is just like a motorcycle. It'll actuate this guy via hydraulic fluid.
Master cylinder on a vehicle or something like that. Yeah,
Perfect.
for brakes.
Perfect.
So,
Requires very little user input to get these guys stopped and slowed down, and the control, the performance, we can't go back.
yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah, and the funny story on Brandon saying he went OTB the first time using those other brakes. So I'm sure you guys remember Sally, my previous bike to Betty, had mechanical disc brakes on there. Worked great. When I got Betty, no one told me that they were hydraulic brakes. And I'll tell you, the difference is day and night as far as the stopping power. So I didn't go OTB, but I was braking in through a corner.
It's alarming.
And I got that fishtail and almost washed out in the corner and everything. So it took me about the full ride to get used to redo that muscle memory on how much I actually had to use. And to be quite honest, now it's two fingers on the rear and just one finger on the a feather on the front and everything. And when I'm going downhill, I don't even use the front brake. It's just back brake for control. Works best for me, maybe not for everybody. I could be totally doing that wrong. Again, I got a shaved head and tattoos, and what do I know about mountain biking or road biking?
So yeah, the performance is awesome, but of course with every strive in performance, we have some drawbacks.
Maintenance.
Let's
and
talk about a couple drawbacks real quick of these guys. They are a more sensitive system, shall we say. They could be finicky at times. The actual adjustments are very easy, but now we're dealing with a lot more complexities here. We have hydraulic fluid to deal with. We have a lot of little seals,
Right.
a lot of little parts in these guys.
And so it's one of those things, choose wisely. If you're doing maybe a bike packing setup or something, hydraulic might not be the way to go because it's going to be easier to make a makeshift repair on a mechanical set of disc brakes out in the shit than it is hydraulic. Yep. So again, and we'll dive definitely more in depth on this in additional episodes and stuff. But yeah,
and we'll see even those guys up in Canada and the Northern Plains. They won't use these guys at that ride.
Okay, so dude, that's Canada. Remember,
real
they don't
stuff.
count. Okay.
Oh yeah, I forget.
Remember South Park? They're not even a real country, anyways. What's the other boot? You're not my friend, pal. You're not my pal, buddy. Gonna set you adrift.
They set him adrift?
Did you ever see that episode where they set him adrift?
No.
The freaking Coco's coupons and everything, or the Bennigan's coupons or something like. Oh man, South Park classic. Okay, we're digressing again. So, but yeah. And if you're Canadian, dude, I don't give a shit if I offended you. Just go with it, man. Have a sense of humor, for Christ's sakes. I'm 48 years old, and my first introduction to Canadians was SCTV. And anybody my age who has family back east knows what I'm talking about. John Candy, Rick Moranis, they all got their start there. And friggin' Strange Brew, Bob and Doug McKenzie. Okay, so I'm 8 years old. I'm visiting back east,
Do you understand
New
why
York.
they talk so weird?
And dude, we go to Niagara Falls. We drive up there. We cross the Canadian border, and I'm sitting there talking like, "Take off, eh? Hose head and everything." For the most part, they really don't talk that way. That was quite the exaggeration. But I'm 8, and I didn't care, and I still don't care now. So, anyways, if you're Canadian, whatever. Go back to Canada.
Anyway, those guys that ride in the cold, they don't use these.
Well, they're dumb for riding in the cold anyway, so that's another thing, again, No, and I got a bunch of friends back east that ride in the cold. They have their big tire bikes and stuff like that, and bundled up and
Yeah,
they're riding and
mechanical disc
everything.
brakes are the better choice for that situation.
Screw that, dude. If it's too cold, I ain't riding.
I'm not riding
I'll
either.
wait for the sun to come up. Oh, wait, it is cold for you guys, even with the sun up. My bad.
So going back to the maintenance on these guys, they will require a flush or a bleed every now and again because they will end up developing some air in the system. A thing that I like to tell all of my customers is they are fairly fragile pieces as far as contamination is concerned. Yeah. They're no problem. Dirt, sand, dust, water, that's not a problem. But once we get
solvents and stuff
on there,
the disc,
you may have noticed I don't even touch the outside because it's a brand new rotor. I'm not going to waste this thing, guy.
I'll touch the outside.
So don't touch it. So we don't even touch the outside of the rotor because we potentially have some things on our hands, especially working back here in the shop. Same with the rotors. The things that we see mostly are people that want to do their own maintenance. They overspray.
Yeah, they get a little
bit
excited.
of overspray.
They celebrate
on there.
the fact.
That contaminates the rotors, contaminates the pads. They're done at that point. We can try to resurface perhaps, but typically it's going to require new pads and rotors.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
So be careful, guys. And if you've watched any of the previous episodes when we've talked about lubrication, not that kind of lubrication, but chain and cassette lubrication, a little goes a long way. Those products that we listed below for you guys, I mean, it specifically even says 1 drop per link.
Yeah.
Do not overdo it because not only can you contaminate your braking surface, but using too much will actually attract more particulates. Yeah. So again, just proceed with caution.
It's always better.
If it's duct tape, celebrate it by all means. Lubrication on this stuff, a little goes a long way. And spit's not a lubrication, by the way.
Oh.
Oh, God. All right. Let's keep going before it gets any worse.
All right. What were we getting at again?
Contaminants, the resurfacing the shot.
If you need to clean these things off, the other contaminant we see a lot is people that use sport drinks.
Sport drinks, okay.
And the sport drink gets all over them. If you get anything on these as quick as you can, just hose them off a little bit of water, maybe a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on the rotor. Try to do your best.
Sports
you could
drinks
try.
It miss in their mouth when they're drinking.
Yeah,
dude.
they probably don't care anyways. I'm pretty sure. But
ridiculous.
That would be the thing to do. As quick as you can, just hose it off with some light water. Hopefully, it'll save the system.
Okay. So now you got the Lonely Road set of brakes over there. Bring that over here so we can forget the roadies and everything. We'll get all the cool mountain biking stuff out of the way. Now, you do see disc brakes on road bikes and gravel bikes all the time, but there are still some situations where you have your old school
and
caliper brakes.
These guys, as beautiful as they are and as light as they are going away as well. Pretty soon we'll see every road bike also with a disc brake setup.
Right.
They are better in so many different ways, especially if you have carbon wheels. Carbon on cork is not a very good braking surface.
No, it's not.
A disc brake is always better, and we're going to see, like I said, more and more disc brakes on lower price point bikes every year. Soon there will be no more of these.
It's just the same with Tram Access GX, their Eagle GX line. That was a huge thing because for a while, unless you had the bucks to spend or were purchasing a very high-end mountain bike or gravel bike for that matter, you were pretty much priced out of the wireless game. And now, here we are 5 years after. GX is a great price point and a great, just a bulletproof group. As long as you're not a weight weenie.
Affordable.
Well, it's $600 for the setup ain't that bad.
It's not bad
you
at
know,
all.
it's really not that bad when you think of the Tram Eagle XX1 is $1,800, so it's a huge thing. And again, if you're not a weight weenie, just Now, at a point though, rim manufacturers, though, there was still a reason for road bike rims. You didn't see disc brakes because of the rim, not only the composition and everything, but the style of tire that was on there and everything like that. So there was a reason why people were still running these type of caliper brakes. And now it's just not there.
And we'll still see them because people still have very nice wheels out there, beautiful, nice light wheels that are only rim brake compatible because they don't have the mount for the rotors on there.
Right.
So we're still going to see them for quite some time to come, I think. But if you buy a new bike, it's going to be very difficult to find these guys on any new bikes in the near future.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, dude. This is what we get for not being dynamic and moving. And Brandon's doing the safety dance. It's a safety dance.
I like it when the lights turn off now.
That's right, he does. Because who's Brad? Sometimes he's the village people.
Digress again.
At least I'm not calling you the Pet Shop Boys, dude. That
All
would
right.
be, at that point, that would be insulted. Pet Shop Boys. Anyways, all right. So yeah, so there was fundamentally, reasons for doing this, or for having this rim braking, and now again they're going away. So, and that's not to say that there's anything wrong with these, especially on a road bike. You're not necessarily traveling at speeds where it would necessitate this type of stopping power that a disc brake offers.
What do you mean?
These are, dude, I've seen you ride. I don't know
You've
why
not
you
seen
keep
me
it,
ride.
dude. I've seen him ride. See that video with the guy on the tricycle? It's kind of what, no, I'm joking. But I mean, these still stop. I mean, I rode these for obviously years. My 1120 was the first road bike that I had with the disc brakes, and they work fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but these will actually work. And I'm a chunky, chubby, fat kid, so if it's gonna stop me, it should stop you, unless you're a chunkier, fatter kid than me. And if you are, put down the Twinkie, dude. Remember why you're riding.
You're just
I'm
big
joking.
boned.
I'm joking. All right, so that again was just an overview of the different types of brakes and everything like that, how they've changed over the years, what you can expect to find on modern mountain bikes or road bikes or gravel bikes. We got hybrid bikes. We got so many different bikes now.
And they're all going disc.
They're all going disc. Because once you go disc, it doesn't really rhyme.
You don't go.
Yeah, it's just one of those things.
I'm glad you abandoned that. though.
Yeah, I just figured drop that. That was gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. God, dude. And I'm not even drunk this morning. This is one of those rare occasions I'm sober. So, and no Coke, no fucking nothing.
Yeah, you didn't bring your coffee today.
No, dude. Friggin'
Scary.
slacking. People better watch out while I'm driving. We'll have subsequent episodes coming up here in the next 3-4 weeks, definitely, that we're really going to dive into the maintenance on these, how to adjust them, some things you need to, again, look at for the care, and that way you can judge for yourself if it's something that you think you'll be able to do at home, or if it's something you want to bring into a bike shop and everything. But this way, at least you're armed with the knowledge as opposed to
A little more knowledge.
yeah, never
Hopefully.
hurts. Yeah. For some people, it really doesn't matter because fucking blockheads. It doesn't matter what you tell them. So, anyways, on that note, before I keep rolling with all my friggin' rants about Mongoloids and potato heads that I don't like and Canadians. I've known a couple Canadians, dude. They're not bad.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. You can tell, though, if you know what you're looking for. They're beady eyes and flappy heads. No, I'm joking, guys. Joke. Seriously, it's
Here
all
come
I
the
need.
comments.
Well,
That's
dude,
all right.
Nobody comments
There's
on
no
these videos.
bad-
Are you kidding me? Every once in a while we get a comment. So this will be the video that I
No
get
bad
dinged
publicity.
for racism on YouTube because I was talking about Canadians poorly. So anyways, guys, so there's going to be some links down below. First of all, we're going to have our social media links, Instagram and Facebook, and we'd appreciate if you followed us there. There's going to be a link for Czech Bike
Thanks.
Store, West Phoenix and Goodyear, Brandon Store. If you have any questions about what you've seen, or if you watched another one of our videos, or have bike questions in general, follow that link, give these guys a phone call. They will be happy to help you. Also, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, because that's what really helps the channel, because the links I'm going to put for these different various braking systems, they're not affiliate links, and we don't make anything off of those. But what does help us out a great deal is if you choose to like, you choose to subscribe, and hit the bell notification ding-a-ling-a-ling icon. So that way, when another video comes out, you'll be made aware. And you can be like, man, do I really want to watch this? It's like watching Wonder Woman 1984. You don't know why you want to watch it, but you just watch it.
I know why I want
And
to watch
I know. Yeah, and gal gab it. It is what it is.
It always goes down to that.
It does, dude. Again, we'll sit through it. We're men. We're simple creatures. We'll sit through a piece of shit movie if the friggin' leading actress is good looking. So, or funny as fuck. So, but regardless. Anyways, guys. So there you have it. Follow the links. Like, subscribe, definitely. Look for the upcoming videos on the intimate functionality of the braking systems, so you'll be up to date on all that stuff. And Brandon, I think that's it.
For now.
Awesome. Guys, remember what we tell you. Be kind to yourself and others. Always be amazing stewards on that trail. And we got to ask, what are you waiting for? Get out Arizona. We'll see you on the next adventure. Brandon, thank you so much.
Let's do it again.
We'll see you next week. Let's do it again. I don't know, guys. Comment down below. Should he grow back his stash and do an episode in a hard hat and a friggin' safety vest? I think he should. No? Maybe we can get Wyatt in on that one, put his hair in a ponytail or something, and
I'll do whatever it takes to.
we need a fourth, though, if we're going to have the village people. Kale could be the Indian.
Oh, all right.
Or the sailor. All right, guys. Episode's over. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
We out.
We out.